curtains. Where are the vertical angles up here? 4. Via, where are the vertical angles? You name one pair of vertical angles.
1 and 3.
1 and 3. They're always opposite each other. Okay. And if they're vertical, I automatically know that now they are congruent. We knew that before, but that's the last fact I'm going to throw at you to put in your proof. Vertical angles are congruent. So go back to your proof. I'll give you guys a second, write whatever statements in you need, and mark your diagram, and then we'll talk. Okay, here we go. First thing I just need to know from somebody, what am I asked to prove here? What's my goal? What should be my last statement here? Ellie, what should be my goal and what am I proving?
Angle 3 is congruent to angle 1.
Okay, I need to get 3 and 1 equal. Okay, get 3 and 1 equal based on everything you know now. Anything on the diagram you can tell me is true right now. Right now, anybody see anything? And now look, hey, there's a reason why I put numbers 1, 2, and 3 there for you guys to use them. Okay, I didn't put an angle measure here, so I'm not expecting you guys to use it. I'm expecting you guys to use angles 1, 2, and 3 right now. True fact. Scott, start it.
Angle 2 is congruent to angle 1.
Angle 2 is congruent to angle 1. That is true. How does Scott know that? We should know that now. 1 congruent to 2. Why? All right, here we go. Ellie, go ahead again. 1 and 2, what are they?
Vertical.
Vertical. What do you know about vertical angles?
They're congruent.
They're congruent. You do not need to tell me they're vertical, but you do need to say vertical angles, spell it correctly. Vertical angles are congruent. Make sure you always look at what you've written and what is given, because we haven't used the given yet. Why did they tell us 3 was congruent to 2? Scott just told us 2 is congruent to 1. Anybody come up with a conclusion here? I got angle 3 congruent to angle 2, and 2 is congruent to 1. So what's that mean to you? If I write those 2 congruent angles. Cal, what do you got?
You have to use substitution.
To say what?
Angle 3 is congruent to angle 1.
Does this make sense that if 3 and 1 are both congruent to the same angle, they should be congruent to each other? And that's another way of saying substitution. 3 is congruent to 1 because of this little thing we have called substitution. Did you see midpoint, bisector? Anybody? No, me neither. So don't add in words that aren't there. This isn't an addition, subtraction. Okay, some of you guys just try to get desperate at times, I think, and throw stuff up and see if it sticks or not. It's not going to. Any issues here? Because we're going to go a little bit more hardcore now. I'm raising the level real quick. Going? All right, go. Mark your diagram, write in everything you need. I haven't brought this up and nobody has said anything. And it's happened on your homework a couple times. Do you see how I don't do give and prove like usually? Like a usual see, oh, here's the givens because I write the word given. You see, I think it comes from science classes. It's what? Hypothesis, conclusion, if then statements. Okay, I can write it like that. If you're given this, then prove this. Okay, so you may see it as if-then form. Got everybody. All right, let's talk. You ready to talk? What angles am I asked to prove congruent? Emma? M and N. Good. All right, so M and N. And I got to use X and Y. It was given to you for a reason. The proof is telling you somehow use X and Y to get to M and N. All right, can we just put this off the table right now? Are M and N vertical? M and N? Are they formed by two intersecting lines? Absolutely not. So no, they're not vertical. So let's, plus think about it. Why in the world would I give you X congruent to Y if it was just, oh, they're vertical and I'm done? Right? That doesn't make too much sense. Why would I even go through this? All right, so we got to figure out a way to get M and N congruent somehow. Oh boy, I just don't want to feed it to you, and that's it. Fia, you got a suggestion?
Is it so if AEB and CED intersect, does that mean that like angle AEC and DEB are congruent?
AEC and DEB, that is true. 100% true. Here's my question though. Do those two angles you use involve X and M and Y and N?
It doesn't look like, but
Right.
there's another.
Okay, here we go. All right, whoa. All right, here's what Via said. Look, DEB and AEC, aren't those vertical? No, so they're congruent, but they don't include M and N and Y and X. But there is another pair, you say.
Yep, there is.
Which is?
DEA and BEC.
Everyone see those? Let me highlight them on my diagram. DEA and angle BEC. Aren't those vertical? So they're what? They're congruent. Let's write it down. Angle DEA is congruent to angle AEC. Vertical angles are congruent. Okay. Maybe now I'm starting to get a couple more people involved now. The vertical angles are equal. X and Y are equal, something we've done a lot this unit. How could I use those two angles to my advantage to get M and N now? Come on, let the ball go. Come on. We should see it. Emma, we should see it.
You can subtract.
This is subtraction.
Yeah.
Vertical angles minus X and Y. Whoa. How well do we know me already? What's the next question I'm going to ask? If you just said subtraction, what's the next question coming out of my mouth? Lisa? Do you have two equal quantities to subtract? Do you? Yes?
Yes.
One pair is what? X and Y. The other pair?
DEA.
The verticals we just wrote down. There you go. So yes, it's subtraction time, but I'm not going to make it that easy on you. What am I subtracting? Tell me what I need to subtract. Scott?
DEA and then
DEA minus angle
X.
X.
And then AEC minus angle Y.
There you go. Good work. Subtraction. And then we know always what comes after that. Substitution, yep. That's, somebody asked in my first period class, will that always happen? Yep. No matter what unit we're in, subtraction, addition, boom, substitution. Angle M congruent to angle M. Whew, a little bit tougher, right? Had to see those vertical angles. and then use subtraction with them. I like it though. I like it. All right, just ready to blow the roof off now. Ready to go? Can we do it? Ooh boy, 6 angles in there. 6 of them. Oh boy. Let's talk. Please don't try to write stuff down here. Let's talk first. Let you guys finish up. Do what you got to do. All right. So let's talk. I need to get to 4 and 6. Are 4 and 6 vertical?
No.
No. All right. Well, I already give you the proof anyway, so that was easy. Okay? Here's what I want you please to avoid. Do not just start writing down a whole bunch of vertical angles equal to each other. Okay, because you're not going to know where it's going to go. All right, let's not do that, please. Don't just start filling statement 2 with a whole bunch of vertical angles. Please don't do that. Anybody see anything? Forget the diagram. Anybody see anything right from the givens I can conclude? 1's congruent to 2. 2's congruent to 3. From those givens, I think it's time to call on somebody here. We should know this. From those givens alone, here we go. Lisa, what can you tell me? Angle 1 is congruent to angle 3 based on what, Lisa? Well, reflexive means something is directly equal to itself. What is it? Substitution. Good. Everyone see how we got that just from the givens? 1 and 2, 2 and 3, right from the givens. All good? What am I asking you to prove? What 2 angles am I asking you to prove in this one? 2's, Aiden?
Angle 4 is congruent to angle 6.
Yeah, 4 and 6. So can anybody give me, look where we are now, 1 and 3. Can anybody relate 4 and 6 to any of those angles right now and come up with something? Can you relate? Because I need to start introducing 4 and 6 soon, because that's what I have here. So can you guys find a relationship between 4, 6, 1, and 3 somehow? Can we do that? I like the hands. I like the hands. All right, I want to hear from a lot of people. 8, Molly? Anything? Can you relate 1 and 3 to 4 and 6 anyhow? Any of those 4 have a relationship. Look up the diagram.
1 and 3 equals 6 plus angle 6 plus angle 4.
I'm going to try to avoid the addition stuff here. I want to know, give me angles that are equal. Out of 4, 6, 1, 3.
1 and 4.
Okay, stop right there. Perfect. Ready, everybody? Now, I don't have to go this route. I could have went a couple other pairs, but I'm going to do what Molly said here, which is 1 congruent to 4. Why, Molly? Vertical angles are congruent. Do not pile all the vertical angles in one step. You're going to get lost. Ready? Look at what you just wrote. Don't put any more vertical angles in. It's just going to make a mess. Look at what we just wrote in steps 2 and 3. Come up with the conclusion now. 1's congruent to 3. 1's congruent to 4. So keep following your proof. Don't go back to the diagram. George, got something?
4 is congruent to 3.
4 must be congruent to 3 because of
Substitution.
substitution again. Yeah. And I'm going to keep saying this. This is not the only way we could have done this proof. Who did I ask here? Aiden, I asked you, what two angles do we need to prove congruent again?
4 is congruent to 6.
I already got 4 down. Can you involve 6 somehow? 6. I got 4 and 3 equal. Could somebody give me a nice statement that would involve 6? Carter. 3 is congruent to 6. Why, Carter? Vertical angles are congruent again. Yes. It's so much easier when we do it one step at a time instead of trying to throw all the vertical angles into one. It's not going to be pretty. You guys aren't there yet. All right, you're just not there yet to handle all that. So do it one step at a time. All right, finally, 4 is congruent to 3, 3 is congruent to 6. Conclusion from steps 4 and 5. 2-zip. Addie, what's my conclusion from those two? Based on what? Again, yes, substitution. Hey, one step at a time. I don't want people just smushing all these vertical angles into one step. You're not going to know what to do with them. Or all the substitutions into one step. You're just not there. So one step at a time. All right? What I'd like you to do now, you're going to get started. The homework's not much. It's 1 page, I think. Okay, 1 page. And you know what? I'm even going to make it shorter. You don't have to worry about number 3. All right, I should have deleted that one off. So you got 1 proof and 1 algebra problem right now. I think we can handle that, yes? Go group up with other people if you want, especially on that first proof. All right, that first proof's not 2 or 3 steps, I can tell you that. All right, so group up right now, work on number 1. I can come over and check it if you think you're done.